Gonna need more power. Oh, it's finding it difficult to get it right on 90%. Okay, there we go, good. Because we're actually having a look at some houses this afternoon. We're going to try and move a bit closer to my wife's work because, you know, massive great commute's not a great thing. And that leaves me with just enough time now to go for a run. Now is the time. And that ties in quite nicely with what I want to talk about today, which is Tesla, principally, and their stock, again, because they have, despite the fact that Elon Musk said literally just a couple of weeks ago in the earnings call that he wasn't planning on issuing any more shares or trying to raise money that way, they actually are. They're going to offer some more shares at $767 a share, which is a small discount on what the current price is trading at. And I want to talk about the reasons why I think they've decided to do that now. Yes, good 6k run. Right, we got to get cracking any second. Oh, I've just got to do a quick bit of admin, and then we're going to head out. And I don't know how far we're going. Literally have no clue. And I don't even really know where we're going, so it's got that, which is why I charged the car to 90%. So I've got lots of flexibility, and hopefully I won't need to think about charging until we get home, which is, the best way to use EVs, quite frankly. Certainly the easiest. So what's the thing with Tesla and this stock offering? Well, I think basically it's because the stock is so high, so much higher than I think they were expecting it to go to. I think they probably thought it would go to 4, maybe 500, and that'd be about where it could sit. But almost 800. Wow, they would be mad not to take in a little bit of extra cash, especially with this whole coronavirus COVID-19 thing that's going on at the moment in China, which is one of their main growth drivers for this year, is going to be the output of Model 3s from the Shanghai Gigafactory. And if that is disrupted, which it has been, then you can see why some insurance would be a good idea if you can get that money onto your balance sheet, at such a fantastic rate of like $767 to the share, compared to what that would have been 3 months ago at 300. So that's why I think they're doing that. It's effectively insurance. And I think Elon Musk does quite a lot of that actually, because his number one goal is not to make loads of money particularly. In fact, that's one thing which I do think is, it's amazing that doesn't weigh on the share price more. They're not really interested in making money. What he wants to do is transform the way we use and generate power on this planet. Well, that's great, and making money may well be a part of that, but it isn't his primary drive. It's the same reason he doesn't want to take SpaceX public, because he wants to get people to Mars and build a civilization there, and that is his goal for SpaceX, and that's not going to be the goal of shareholders, a large number of which are going to be thinking very short term. What's the next quarter's results? The last thing they want is for SpaceX to be pumping every spare penny it can into a rocket which, at least at the moment, nobody has a particular use for. I do think the Starship Super Heavy rocket is going to be one of those ones where people have a use for it when it exists, but until it exists, everyone's like, yeah, what can I use that for? It's going to open up whole new markets. That's what I reckon. Yeah, so it's not like a massive piece of news, this whole Tesla thing. It's certainly, I don't think it indicates a weakness in the company. I think it's just quite simply a hedge against things not clearing up as quickly as people might like in China, fundamentally. And also, who knows? This COVID-19 virus thing is really quite worrying. It obviously spreads like the flu, and it's got a mortality rate that seems to be around the sort of 2% mark, which is high enough that people just can't accept that it's going to be like the flu and you might just catch it. It needs, there's a real drive to keep this contained and to try and get, the demons back in the box, so to speak. And I don't even know if that's possible. I suspect it isn't, given the amount of infection going on in China. Maybe if they come up with a vaccine nice and quickly, that will be a way to draw a line under this, but there's some big risks associated with that virus, and those risks translate into Tesla, into any company, in fact, that does a lot of business in China and relies on China. Anyway, right, I need to just, like, quickly... What lovely weather to go and view some houses. This is why I haven't bothered getting my car cleaned yet. Sophie's in Costco over there, and that affords me the time to basically wrap up the rest of this video, I think. Clearly what Tesla's doing, I mean, this is something that Elon Musk does with all his businesses, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but he basically, his raison d'etre is to change the world, not make money. And in order to change the world, he often needs access to quite large quantities of money. And so one of the ways that he has regularly turned to in order to try and keep his businesses going and keep them growing at a good sustainable pace so that they can achieve the scale necessary to really have the impact that he wants them to have, is to go to the market and get cash. And he's actually going to be taking this strategy and applying it to SpaceX as well, I believe. And he's not planning on doing an IPO for SpaceX, but what he is thinking of doing is spinning off Starlink into a separate business and then selling shares for that, which I think is a great idea. And I'm going to cover what that might mean for SpaceX in the future tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow, because I think this video we've come to the end. I hope you've all enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and share it, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already, and I will see you in the next episode of my vlog. Bye. Yeah, no, now is the time to stop. I mean, apart from anything, the sun's going down, although can't complain too much. It's 4:20 and I can still see my hand in front of my face, which is a big improvement on a month ago. Wow. You know, I really struggle with winter.